respected guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor, to be honest, to join you to mark today's launch. It's a very important milestone. On behalf of the World Bank Group, I also want to convey our warmest congratulations on this to the government of Botswana, to the Honourable Minister. I also want to pass the apologies from my division director, my regional director, Satu Kakkonen. The timing of this event has conflicted with the annual meetings of the World Bank and IMF that are happening in DC, and unfortunately she couldn't manage to come earlier. And I would like to specifically thank our partners at the Ministry of Minerals and Energy, at BPC, at BERA, with whom we worked very closely to achieve this important milestone. As you know, Mission 300 is a bold idea that has been championed by the presidents of the World Bank Group and the African Development Bank about 18 months back. And it is around the bold idea of Africa energy built around people, jobs, and opportunities. The ambition of the Mission 300 is to connect 300 million Africans to electricity by 2030. And while also recognizing that electricity is the foundation for the economic transformation. Since its inception, the World Bank Group has already mobilized over $8 billion of US dollars in over 90 electricity access-related projects in over 40 countries. We, as a World Bank Group, pledged over $30 billion of US dollars of investments by 2030. Our closest partners from African Development have mobilized substantial financing as well. There are other partners, the Rockefeller Foundation, the Global Energy Alliance for People and Planet, GIAP, and Sustainable Energy for All. They all have joined hands in making Mission 300 as one of the most powerful coalitions to achieve the universal energy access. Now, out of 29 countries that have launched or launching their energy compacts, Botswana definitely stands out. Despite the fact that Botswana has started a little later, the team in Botswana has moved with impressive speed. They have revised this dialogue during the spring meetings in April 2025. Then they accelerated preparation and carried out consultations in June, July. And very impressively, within literally 2 months, they managed to get this compact approved, consulted and approved through the cabinet by early September. Now, this very swift and result-oriented action is, we consider, as a testament to Honourable Minister's leadership, to the commitment of her team, and to the vision of the government. Specifically at the minister's remark at the Bloomberg Global Forum, literally 1 month back, has received very wide recognition and put and featured very positively Botswana on the global stage. This is very important milestone, but this is only the beginning. The most important part, the implementation, starts now, and that's the most challenging part. And we are glad that Botswana has already started moving on several fronts, and very specifically the Rooftop solar program and IREC certification that the Honourable Minister will be also announcing today. How can we support from the World Bank Group perspective? We are proud to stand with Botswana as a long-term partner in this journey. We're already trying to mobilize our help and support on several aspects, from public financing to private investments to technical assistance. We have provided 122 million of concessional blended financing for the renewable energy scale-up and access project. one specific feature of that project is that it plans to also finance the first of the country utility scale 50 megawatt battery energy storage BESS system. Our private sector arm, the International Finance Corporation, IFC, is financing the first utility scale 100 megawatt IPP in Madinare, which is already under construction, and we very much hope that within a month or two it will be operational. We're also trying to mobilize resources for the technical assistance. Specifically, we provided $3.5 million of US dollars TA facility for the ministry to help capacitate in terms of the procurement of IPPs. There is 200,000 of US dollars for the Gross Special List Cost Electrification Plan and National Electrification Assessment. That is also, we very much hope that it will be over in the next month or two. There is also a TA grant that was provided from the World Bank and joint World Bank Korea partnership for BPC to develop the smart grid roadmap and grid modernization roadmap. In addition, very recently, literally last week, the World Bank has also approved 36 million of grant facility for the Southern African Power Pool that BPC is a founding member of, and which we really urge and hope that BPC specifically and Botswana more broadly will leverage and utilize to the full extent to develop and finance the regional interconnectors. Going forward and building on this engagement that we have now, we have already mobilized close to 50 million of US dollars of concessional climate financing that can be blended with our own resources, with the resources of the government for an access-related project. And this project can be fast-tracked as soon as the government puts the request. Jointly with IFC and our other sister organization, Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency, MIGA, we are ready to help the government initiate the development of the independent transmission provider, ITP model for transmission and interconnectors that hopefully will attract the private capital. As you may know, few countries have started it, and Botswana can be one of those who can champion this kind of development in the continent. In all these efforts, we are keen to join our hands with our close partners, again, the Rockefeller Foundation, GUP, SE4, who all share Botswana's vision. And we all collectively stand ready to help with the capacity building, financing, and innovation to help this compact implement. In closing, Honourable Minister and colleagues, as our World Bank Group President Ajay Banga has emphasized, the world's energy future, being the global institution, we recognize that the world energy future is shaped or will be shaped by the Africa's success. And we do believe that Botswana is proving that success is possible with the vision, determination, and partnership. Once again, congratulations with this launch, and let me just reconfirm that the World Bank Group stands ready and committed to help the Ministry, Honourable Minister and a team to power a brighter, cleaner future for Botswana. Thank you.
Thank you, Milan. I think that one thing that took me long to get used to until I started working with UNDP, FDB, World Bank, and USAID was that for them, first name, that's how they do it. So there was confusion when they talk about Temba. The government was saying, who is that? They know Mr. Modise, so it has always been that. So when I call him Mirlan, it's an honor for him. For me, it's Mr. Modise, so it's always one of those things. Thank you, Mirlan, for the remarks on behalf of the World Bank. And at this juncture, I will now call from the African Development Bank, who is the Chief Regional Power System Officer, Anders Peterson to come and give the remarks for the African Development Bank.
Thank you, Temba. And I say that deliberately. And also, so Honourable Minister, Your Excellencies, representatives of the Diplomatic Corps, friends from the energy sector, I have been here quite a few times, and so all protocols observed. And let me go back to the informal use of first names. Milan and I have been working a lot together, not only here in Botswana, so I will try not to repeat exactly what he was saying, and we have actually been clever enough to consult a little bit about what to say. So on behalf of AFDB's Director General in Pretoria, Mr. Kennedy Mekani, I'm very delighted to be here. He sends his apologies. He was not able to travel himself. But I will take the opportunity to say a few words on his behalf. I think the first thing I'd like to say is, of course, to repeat what my friend Milan said. Congratulations to the government of Botswana. But I think it's also important to stress that the M300 Compact for Botswana belongs to Botswana. It is a document developed here, and while it's a milestone for Botswana, it's also a milestone for the African Development Bank and for the World Bank. Botswana has unique possibilities in the renewable energy space, and it can be developed into a major resource for the country. It can be an enabler of new and powerful industries that will bring wealth to the country. And of course, it can be exported in what we call raw form, just in terms of electrons. So the African Development Bank, together with the World Bank, of course, we are ready to support Botswana. We have substantial resources in terms of lending possibilities for the country, but we can also, as was already pointed out, be a provider of a technical assistance grant and a conduit for climate funds. How are we planning? What is it that we can do? What is actually intended? And I hope I don't steal anything from the minister who will speak after me. But we can work with BPC if BPC and the ministry wants us to work with them in terms of reforming, in terms of strengthening of BPC. We are vastly interested in transmission, both interconnectors with neighboring countries and also the internal strengthening in Botswana. And of course, access is one of the key pillars of the M300, and it's also what we're here about. Let us not forget that energy, access to electricity, is a main driver of welfare in society. You know, reading books in the evening, going to school, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to wrap up now by just thanking you all for listening to me for a couple of minutes, and we look forward to really work with Botswana going forward. But it's all in the hands of the people of Botswana represented by the government. We are not here to tell Botswana what to do. We're here to listen, and we're here to receive requests, and then we will take it from there. Thank you.
Thank you, Anders. Mr. Peterson. Thank you for the remark on behalf of AFDB. I want to announce something before I call the minister forward so that I don't interrupt her once she's here. After the minister's keynote, I would like the front row to join the minister, as well as BPC CEO, BPC Bera CEO, sorry, and the DPS Energy to then join the minister when she does the launch. And do not be scared when they do the launch. It might be fireworks, so it might be a bit loud. So I just wanted to pass that so that we are aligned, we know what's going to happen immediately after the keynote address. Now I'll stop talking and have this honor to request you to rise on your feet again. I think it will be for the last time today, as we welcome the Honourable Minister Bogolo Joy Kenewendo to stage to give the keynote address. Let's welcome her.
Please be seated. Thank you. All right. A very good morning to you all. We'll try that again later. It is my absolute pleasure to be able to join the launch of the Energy Compact this morning. Allow me to recognize the representatives of our partners here from the World Bank and the AFDB, and in absentia, our partners at SE for All, Sustainable Energy for All as well, members of the Diplomatic Corps. Here I see the EU and the British, and most importantly, industry leaders who are quite supportive to the work that we want to deliver under the Energy Compact, our team at the Ministry of Minerals and Energy, and other senior government officials. We're going to try that again. Dumelang bagaetsho. Thank you. Earlier this year, we traveled to Tanzania with the President of the Republic of Botswana. And during the first Mission 300 Africa Energy Summit in Dar es Salaam, the President made an announcement and a commitment of the Republic of Botswana and the government of Botswana towards advancing energy security, towards advancing all households' access, and towards advancing a renewable energy mix in our energy production. And following his announcement and his commitment with other heads of states in January, we since then started and embarked on this journey to create the Botswana Energy Compact. Now, the journey to the Energy Compact, of course, started with our industry leaders here, who helped to guide and to input on what it is and how it is that they would like to see the Energy Compact. In our first initial meetings, the industry made it clear some certain deliverables that we should see through. And through this compact, Botswana commits to connecting over 220 new households to electricity and enabling 260,000 households to transition to clean cooking solutions. And increasing our renewable energy share from 8%, where it currently sits, to 50% by 2030, driven primarily by solar and wind power. Achieving these bold targets requires, as we've currently estimated with today's prices, an investment between $2 billion and 2.98 billion US dollars. All of this to be mobilized through public-private partnerships, concessional financing, and regional collaboration. I know that people don't realize how tall I am, but I can assure you I am a gifted human being. Thank you. So, these are ambitious targets that we've set for ourselves. We intend to mobilize between 2 to 3 billion US dollars through public-private partnerships, concessional financing, and regional collaboration. And to be clear, this includes public-private partnerships here at home. And as we continue to talk about our targets, you will see how the different sectors fit in. Director of Ceremony, the Energy Compact is built on 5 strategic areas of action. 1, it prioritizes last mile access to ensure that no community is left behind. We have identified over 40 villages and settlements that are still far from the grid and have not been connected to the grid. And our intention is to ensure that these villages and settlements do have access to electricity through the distributed renewable energy solutions. And number 2, an expansion of generation capacity. Generation capacity, as you would note, we've had tenders that have been floating. We've also had some direct submissions that are looking not only to supply domestic market, but looking at regionalization. And through increasing our generation capacity, we expect that this will further reduce costs and drive affordability. Number 3, regional integration and power trade. Through the Southern Africa Power Pool, we intend to enhance our tradability in electricity, and we want to enhance stability in the region. And this is already work in progress, given the MOUs that we've been signing with Zambia that are deliberate and intended for energy trading, resuscitating and polishing up an MOU with Namibia, again looking at the access into the Southern Africa Power Pool and our domestic market. And similarly, we've started engagements with South Africa towards the same. We intend to mobilize resources around these MOUs and ensure that they are operational and that they provide access to market. And I am pleased to share an example, one of what we hope will be many, that following our MOU signing in Zambia, there was already a Botswana power generator who was issued with a power purchase agreement. These are the kind of, this is the kind of progress that we wish to facilitate and we wish to see as growth in the market. And then 4th, through this energy compact, we would like greater private sector participation to unlock innovation and investment, partners in financing, but also partners in driving innovation in energy access, in clean cooking, in DRE, and beyond. We're working with some partners and will soon be able to share what an energy incubation hub can look like. 5th, financially viable utilities. Now this is a primary focus that both BERA and BPC will be working on to ensure that our utilities are not overburdened by commitments and that they are allowing private sector space to participate. But most importantly, that they are able to deliver on some socio-economic needs in the country. And at this point, BERA has started the work that is needed, to review its act that will facilitate independent power producers, but similarly those in the transmission space. And as has already been shared, there are a few countries in the continent that have already started in this journey. And so it won't be completely new to ourselves, nor to the experts that will facilitate this journey. Ladies and gentlemen, Botswana has so far achieved 76% household electricity access. This is commendable progress, and it puts us amongst the top countries when we look at those that have already regularized their energy compact. It truly reflects our determination to light every home. And our target of having an all households access by 2030 really puts ourselves under pressure, but also the innovators under pressure. But this is a pressure that we believe that we need, because we know that lighting, housing, as much as housing, are a national need and are a human need. We do, however, acknowledge the challenges that we see of scattered rural settlements, which make infrastructure rollout costly. Limited transmission infrastructure, both nationally and regionally, also constrains progress. To overcome these barriers, we are emphasizing inclusion. We're emphasizing digitization and climate resilience infrastructure. When fully realized, the Energy Compact will deliver universal, clean, and affordable energy for Botswana and for all in Botswana by 2030. And therefore driving economic transformation, social equity, and environmental sustainability. Ladies and gentlemen, complementing this effort in Botswana National Electrification Analysis, we developed with the support of the World Bank Group. The initiative has provided a data-driven and geospatial roadmap for least cost electrification. It integrates spatial data on population density, grid proximity, and socioeconomic growth to help us prioritize investments efficiently and ensure that every pula is well spent. Beyond access, the NEA promotes the productive use of energy by supporting rural enterprise development and clean cooking initiatives such as biogas projects. And I'm pleased that UNDP has supported our first biogas project. In this way, energy access becomes not only about powering homes, but it is also about powering livelihoods and local economic development. Now, our dear friend at the World Bank has already made an announcement on my behalf. But at this point, I would like to share with you another milestone. In addition to expediting and working on the Botswana Energy Compact, we are pleased to share that most recently, Botswana has received authorization to issue international renewable energy certificates, or IRACs. And through the ITRAC Foundation, Botswana is now recognized as an authorized issuing country with green certificates company, with the Green Certificate Company serving as our national issuing body. The development introduces a transparent digital certification system that tracks and verifies every megawatt hour of renewable electricity that is generated and consumed within our borders. It ensures credibility and international recognition, enabling our industries, our mines, our service companies to offset Scope 2 emissions and make verified green power claims. It also strengthens Botswana's position with global supply chains by providing a mechanism for traceable, accountable, and tradable renewable energy attributes. The IREC mechanism will help attract green investors and green capital, corporate buyers, creating a domestic renewable attribute market and positioning Botswana as a participant in regional and international renewable energy trade. In essence, this framework enables Botswana's reputation for transparency, accountability, and environmental responsibility, all essential pillars of a modern, competitive, low-carbon economy. And I wish to thank the team at Ministry of Minerals and Energy and the team at Environment for working tirelessly to get Botswana accredited and authorized as an issuer of international renewable energy certificates. It's what will also help us to say that our diamonds are carbon neutral, copper, carbon neutral. Yourselves in the banking space, you can come and purchase our renewable energy certificates towards your ESG mandates. It will cost you because that's how we intend to roll out DRE to villages. The third announcement that I have is around the Rooftop Solar Program. This initiative was indeed introduced a little earlier, and it stands as Botswana's transformative efforts to empower citizens and businesses through decentralized energy generation. It was initially capped at a capacity of 10 megawatts. It then increased to 50 megawatts, but we're now pleased to announce that the capacity has been further revised to 75 megawatts in September of 2025, reflecting the strong market demand and growing confidence in clean energy. The Rooftop Solar Program allows Botswana Power Corporation customers to generate their own electricity and to sell excess power to the grid through a transparent interconnection and metering system. It promotes private sector participation by encouraging households, businesses, and industries to invest in renewable technologies, driving local innovation and local entrepreneurship. And in partnerships with our local financial institutions, efforts have been developed dedicating green loan schemes to help our customers finance rooftop solar installations. And I want to recognize the work at ABSA, who have also recently made an announcement of the loans and green bonds towards rooftop solar installations. I recognize our partners at Stanbic Bank, who have also similarly done so. And while Bank Gaborone hasn't made that strong pronouncement, we know that their balance sheet proves and points to their participation towards advancing rooftop solar. And I therefore encourage all our other local financial institution partners to join us in ensuring that we advance this program and we advance green and renewable energy coverage in Botswana. The Rooftop Solar Program directly advances our climate commitments by contributing to a 15% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. While stimulating domestic renewable energy capacity, creating green jobs, and reducing our dependence on imported power. Ladies and gentlemen, the initiatives that I have outlined today, the National Energy Compact, the National Electrification Analysis, the IREC mechanism, and the Rooftop Solar Program are not stand-alone projects. Together, they form part of the backbone of Botswana's clean energy transformation agenda. an agenda that is data-driven, that is inclusive, and that's investment-ready. We have worked through investment facilitation programs, and through these efforts, we are laying the foundation for a resilient, low-carbon, energy secure, and globally competitive economy that positions Botswana as a leader in Africa's just and sustainable energy transition. And as I conclude, I note the commitment by our partners and the offers that they have made. And these are synonymous, and they reiterate what we've already heard from the AFDB President, Dr. Sidi, when he met the President in New York on the margins of the UNGA. The commitment of AFDB to help us work towards more generation, to help us work towards distributed renewable energy solutions for the hardest to reach, and to help us work on our regional trading program and building those interconnectors. So we will hold you to your words. We will hold you to your words, we will hold you to your offers. And to our local partners, this is not a government initiative. This is just a baseline for us to all work on and to ensure that by 2030, every Botswana enjoys the benefit of clean, reliable, and affordable energy. Let me take this opportunity to once again immensely thank all of you for joining us here today. Thank the World Bank team, the AFDB team, our partners in the Diplomatic Corps, the Ministry of Minerals and Energy team, the Ministry of Environment and Tourism team, the Ministry of Finance team, and in particular, the Vice President of the Republic of Botswana, Renewable, as well as the champion of the Energy Compact, our President, Advocate Duma Gideon Bobo. All the stakeholders who have worked tirelessly for the Botswana Energy Compact to be endorsed during the UNGA, the UN General Assembly at the end of September, and of course all the stakeholders that will ensure that all of the initiatives that we have announced will be fully implemented. I thank you and good morning.
We're at a point now where we will be launching, the Honourable Minister will be launching the compact.
I am reminded to say, and with those explosions, I declare the National Energy Compact for Botswana officially launched. Thank you.
May we rise for the last time? Was it for the last time? Last time. Thank you so much. You may be seated. Now I can talk about the compact, about the rooftop solar program, and about the IREC But let me not talk first. Thank you, Honourable Minister, for the keynote address. I was taking notes and I took a lot of notes. I think what will be fair will be that will also open up engagement. And we'll start that immediately after this with networking. But I know that most of you have been engaged throughout. You have been part of the process during the compact development. So I think this time is just to celebrate as we begin to prepare for implementation now. So I'll give you updates a little bit later how we are going to do it in terms of our networking. We have got the private sector, we have got the financial and banking sector, we have got development partners. So we'll have chance to network and maybe improve on our thoughts to really implement the compact and make it not only a strategic framework but also a reality. Without wasting your time, I will now thank you once more, Minister. I'll then welcome the Acting Deputy Permanent Secretary, Retuso Matsamiko, to come and give vote of thanks. Please welcome him.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Modise. I know you as Mr. Modise. It's always difficult to speak last after having so eloquent speakers. But I will try not to spoil the day for you, because I'm standing between you and some few snacks. Honourable Minister, our development partners, World Bank and African World Bank, Your Excellencies here present, CEOs of various state-owned entities and parastatals, Captain of Industries, government senior officials, Acting Permanent Secretary, Raskau, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning once more. I stand, as we conclude, I stand before you here today with immense gratitude and pride of what just happened. I think this is a massive milestone. This event has not only affirmed the importance of sustainable energy as a catalyst to socio-economic growth, but also highlighted the shared responsibilities to advance energy access, security, and sustainability across Africa. I don't want to repeat what has been said, but ladies and gentlemen, none of this would have been possible without the dedicated efforts of many individuals and organizations. It's now my privilege to extend my heartfelt vote of thanks. First, let me extend my deepest gratitude to the Honourable Minister for making time and for the keynote address. Thank you very much for your leadership. And also let me recognize our development partners, the World Bank and the African World Bank. And let me also echo the words of the Honourable Minister. We are going to hold you against your word. And I can confirm that tomorrow morning I'll be having a meeting with you to talk about what you've promised to BPC, to kickstart the implementation of the Energy Compact. Your various contributions has ensured the success of this event, and we really appreciate your efforts. To the organizing team, the ministry team, the World Bank team, and those who work behind the scenes, Your efforts have not gone unnoticed. I say thank you very much, team. Thank you very much for the good work. And finally, because kind of vote of thanks is not a speech. Actually, we should be saying thank you and goodbye. But finally, I would like to thank everybody for making time in our very busy schedules to come and grace this occasion. Your presence means a lot. Your presence means commitment, because we have got a shared value, shared responsibility to deliver on this compact. And also, I understand we have got some virtual participants, and thank you also to our virtual participants. And lastly, I would like to wish all of you safe travels back to your respective offices or places, and also a productive the rest of the year. Not day, but the rest of the year. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you, Ramatsameko, for closing the day. Before we get to the networking session, Honourable Minister, the media requested to take a picture of you and the M300 partners, World Bank AFDB, holding the books just here, the three of you, Milan Anders. I'm humbling myself with that request. I'm just giving you 30 seconds, so if you don't make use of it, while they're taking pictures from here, we'll network, as I had said, and it will be an opportunity for interviews if the media might request interviews. We have set up just around the corner a space for those interviews, but immediately after the networking, we'll be going that side for our lunch, which will be ready at 11 a.m. So the event has been launched and closed.